Hello. I'm back. Hey guys. Yep, I'm live. It's running now. Does anyone knows my link now? Okay. Yeah, I hope now they can find me. I would like to know if just quit Discord. Yeah. So audio is perfect now, right? Thank you. Thank you, Per. And now where are the other guys, right? That's the question. Can they find the link, right? Yeah, sorry about that, guys. No idea what happened. No clue. Yep, no idea. Yeah, let's start, right? So it's another live stream. It's Tuesday, so it's focused on price action, and let's try to talk about any topics that any topic that you guys want to talk about, to discuss. Again, the main purpose of this live stream on Tuesday is mostly to it's educational. So if the idea it will be if you have any analysis that you would like me to review, any charts, any trading setups, any even trades, that we can maybe have a conversation about it. What you could have done better, or if everything was perfect, or just some ideas that maybe you can implement for the future, or to test that. Well, that's the purpose of this live stream. Eventually, we're going to get there. Aside from that, we are going to carry on to update from the analysis that I do on the other live stream, which is Saturday. I do my weekly analysis in preparation for the week ahead. So that's on Saturdays, and then Tuesday it's this one. So dollar index, right? Again, sorry for the situation. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I reached the 500 subs for a second. It looks like this 500 subs is my new resistance level. So I went to 500, back to 498 or something like that. And yeah, let's help me to break through. Hey, Matom. Yeah, I hope it's yeah, I think the audio now is good. Glad that you found the link, and I hope the other guy also is back as well. So yeah, help me to break this level of resistance at 500 subs to eventually go to the next level of 1000. I think that's going to be the next target. Let's expect for the next, I don't know, 3-4 months to get to that next level, next target. Yeah, so the markets, right? Dollar index. We reach our target, right? Which we finally reached this demand that I was looking at aiming as a target after we broke this low. So there you go. It reached my ideal of favorite scenario, as I mentioned, kind of a deep retrace before you get there. It was just a smaller retrace. We just took these highs from here during the FOMC, this highs in here during FOMC, and price now slowly it reached the target, right? And the approach was quite nice. Right, we can see this big compression. It was created mostly on Monday, which is actually kind of a movement that we usually see happening on Mondays. Just price opening and moving into the same direction that price has been moving in the last few days, especially on Friday. start to compress, and yeah, and we usually see this reverse movement on Tuesdays, but during the London Open. And unfortunately, today they happened during the Asian session, which was impossible to cut, right? Basically, I woke up and all the moves were done. All the reversals were done around pound, euro, Aussie, and so on. Basically, around the same time that the Reserve Bank of Australia announced the 0.5 basis points, the 50 basis points hike on interest rates. Apparently, the market is interpreting that data as a dovish situation and not so aggressive. So yeah, we had the reversal during the Asian session. Usually, it may happen during the London Open and not during the Asian. This one move is done. After that, price just continued to move to the upside. It never retraced back to the origin, so price never came back here. It just ranged for a bit until we gained again momentum in that around here, around this area. It's not my favorite. If you haven't revised yet, I like to wait for the extremes. And yeah, that's what I was looking for. Never happened. Of course, I don't trade dollar index. What I would be looking for, it would be for the euro dollar or pound dollar or Aussie dollar to actually have that deeper trace and hopefully then the continuation. Yeah, I do use a dollar index to help me predict those moves. For example, if you just even look at dollar index and if you are aware of this reversal, of this compression, this can help as well to define maybe the targets for the longs on euro dollar, right? Or by any chance now you are reacting from this level, maybe it's a good level. Start looking for the opposite on the euro dollar and on the other major FX pairs. Compression, that was the normal target for now on this initially on this time frame in here. We have then a bigger compression in here, so we had this smaller one and then you have this bigger one, right? And this one was already kind of an engulf to the upside during the FOMC. This is actually kind of maybe a move up, that maybe price will go there or break this after we reach the final target, which question mark, is this demand the final target, right? We do have this supply zone still in here, kind of fresh, because this high never really got there. So there's a potential kind of short opportunity in there. I want to see how price is going to approach that level, because we may as well actually just continue to the upside and use this level as on the opposite. Instead of working as a short, maybe you can actually use that one as price eventually reacts from there. There's some reaction, maybe just until here, and then it's going to reverse, and you're going to use that level as a continuation. So instead of looking for a sell in here, maybe price is going to be using it as a long for price to just continue to the upside, if that's the idea. The reason I'm looking for that as a possible kind of break and long scenario is just because actually price kind of reacting from this important demand zone. If price was still somewhere in here, there was maybe the scenario that price would go there, take that supply zone and then go down, but we actually kind of reach this possible target in there. Is this the final target? For now, it actually just fill this space. There's a potential that there is better zones in here. Kind of at like this level, which is kind of aligned with the highs back in 2017. So we have that kind of support resistance zone in there. So yeah, like the move is done, right? I'm looking for space in the market. There was space after that break of this low, that price wanted to go down. There was space after we broke in here and price then kind of still fake out a little bit more. There was space after we break this as a confirmation that most likely price wants to fill out this compression. There is space after we break this compression that price wants to now fill the next one until here. The price reaches this level, kind of there is no more space in this moment. Now it kind of flipped and there is space now. As soon as you break this trend line or this high, there was space to fill this trend, this compression, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. So yeah, until then I see the next level. It's just time to wait and to see what price offers. Is this the final target? This price wants to go a little bit further down before actually making a bigger move to downside. So this was actually, aside from being a kind of a 4-hour demand, it may be a daily as well. That if you do break level, maybe that level, maybe have this compression up, and we finally have this new demand in there. And aside from that, I also have already kind of this low here. This was reacted already, so this one has been used. Basically, maybe there's some orders just underneath here, and maybe then eventually here. But for now, I'd like to see price breaking this demand, which never happened. So now let's see. On the daily, this is still fresh in here, so maybe price can bounce a little bit, and then let's see. Yep, let's see what's going to happen now on dollar index, and we saw what happened on the opposite ones, right? Big move to the downside. Any other major effects? And yeah, that's done. The move from the high to here, it's completed, and now it's time to, at least for me, it's time to wait and see what exactly price will do next, right? This can be considered, as I mentioned, it may be considered as an engulf to the upside. Yeah, maybe it's price showing that it may wants to go higher, and maybe that could be from here. Maybe until there are going to feel now how this move up. Let's see. Let's see, guys. Do you usually analyze as well dollar index or not? Like it's an asset that you guys like to analyze it. Like, do you use it a lot in terms of looking for correlation or confluence with another major effects? Particularly, I love it. I love to analyze it. I always start with dollar index. It gives me, it's my indicator. Let's just say like that. If I even look at the euro index, it's kind of retesting these lows. Yep, did it took the low today? Looks like it took the low, right? And there's no more historical data on the left, so I have no clue what's going on in there. It's not the easiest to analyze. But yeah, apparently it just took the lows at this euro index. Yeah. Hi Rain, how are you? Welcome to the stream. We have mentioned here we didn't really broke any highs, so until now still weakness on the euro. Yeah, so that's that. So let's just take a look at the next at the major effects, and then we're going to conclude with crypto, right? Ethereum, BTC, and Solana. It's basically the three that I've been following, that I've been analyzing. So I'm going to do that update as well on crypto. So let's go and check the major effects. Yep. So euro creating these lows, right? Just continue to moving down and down. Yeah. So if we take a look at what happened, yeah, since this was right, this was, as I mentioned in one of my previous streams, this was actually one of my possible final targets, not final targets, but a really good zone for price to react from in here. This actually was what I was looking for all this time. Initially I didn't look for the sell in here because price was still respecting this one. The reason for this level that I was looking for is because we have this small engulf. We have this small engulf in here that kind of price never really then completed the space in there. So that's what I was looking for as a final target. or a good zone to look for a final target in there. Yeah, we did had a small fake out in here of that high, but we never really reached this level, kind of the final zone in there, the supply level. And apparently that happened this morning. It was a really nice approach to that zone. Yesterday, I mentioned during the weekend, price was, I don't even remember what price was. Where did it close? Yeah, price opened somewhere in here during the weekend, and I was looking still for two level. I think I mentioned that last Saturday. I was looking for this level that was still fresh above all these highs, and then of course it would be the initial zone that I was looking for since the beginning in here. Yeah, I did manage to get a short yesterday in here with price action confirmation just from here to here, and I close it. This one actually reached my final target just in there. There was not really a break to the lows to give me indication that price wants to go further down. We were creating out this big compression, and then price just flipped, and then there you go, we had this big spike. This would have been a great zone to look for shorts. It was in alignment with the higher time frame level that I was looking for. However, as I mentioned, it all happened during the Asian session, and I was sweeping at that time. So yeah. Did you guys manage to catch anything on euro? Were you guys looking as well for any reversal? I know that Matom, you like to trade pound mostly. Did you catch anything on pound? So yeah, basically the same way that we kind of maybe had all this big compression to the downside until kind of we have this break to the break up, and then the fake out of the parity, and then the move up. The same way that maybe above here could have been a target, or then the final one. It's kind of the same way that we have maybe now all this compression to the upside, right? We had all this compression, and there you go. There's going to be a moment where you're going to have that price going to flip, that price going to reverse, and that can offer a great opportunity to look for a great trade, right? It requires patience. It requires a lot of patience. It requires to look at the bigger picture to find out where those levels are that most likely price will react from. And then you see, you can just study how price actually approaches that level, right? The amount of liquidity that is not created above this size. How many people were not looking for sale, still kind of within here, just placing their stop losses just above it, right? How this compression is quite nice, right? How long it took to just fill out that space to the upside for then price to just in one day completely fill the space to the opposite. Yeah, so Matom is saying he missed a buy on a fresh demand on GU today, but I didn't look out too good, so I let it go. Yeah, but it still moved to 50 pips. Yeah, maybe when it retraced, right? And now maybe it's just reacting again, kind of going down. Yep, that's it. And this is this is Forex for you, right? Trading Forex, which is a market that is open 24 hours. You are subject to the situation that the move may happen when you are not looking, when you are not awake, or maybe you are at work, or whatever reason it is. It happens. It happens to everyone. Even if you manage to spend all the day in front of the charts, it may happen as well. Maybe when you are sleeping. That's it. After that, there was maybe some opportunities in here. I know a guy that catch a beautiful short somewhere from here all the way below the lows. Yeah, great trade for him. Really good job. However, I don't really like to trade around these levels. I would actually just wait for price to retrace, and that's what I'll be waiting for. Eventually in the future, whenever price wants to go back to the highs, I'll be looking for that. And aside from that, maybe I could see price filling out this compression to the downside. Yep. 1, 2. Yeah, I'll check pound in a bit. I'll check that level that you are saying. Yeah, nice move all around in here on the euro. So we actually had already broken all these lows in here, which can be even an engulfed downside. That price maybe now from here is actually going to go all the way back and maybe finally have that deeper test that I was saying, right? That kind of these pairs haven't had a deeper test to the downside. Maybe euro would be considered a deeper test comparing with Aussie, pound, even dollar index. But yeah, let's see if we do have that that deep move to the downside. If you look at fresh levels, so this was during FOMC, price came all the way back, it took the order. This one maybe has taken already. This demand has been taken in here, so no more orders in there. Maybe something in here is going on that price may react from. If not, I could see price just continuing, maybe moving further down. Yeah, I think maybe that's taken. This one is kind of still fresh. Something in here maybe still fresh for price to bounce a little bit. This one was fresh, price bounced from it, just continued to the downside. Yeah, aside from that, nothing much on the euro. Yeah, so let me just look at the higher time frame first. Maybe something underneath here, or the test of this level. Yeah, let me just check now on the 4 hours. Yeah, it's been taken, and maybe something underneath here. If there's something in here, maybe could be a good zone. So price reacted from there. I don't know if it really touched the zone in here. Or maybe something in there could be still just a fake out of these lows, and then see some reaction. Maybe. Aside from that, how this looks taken for me. Yeah, this one, right? Because these lows have still reacted. Wait, maybe a little bit above it, and maybe there's something in there still. Maybe. And the other one would be somewhere in here, just below these lows. Yeah, that would be the parity again, right? That kind of price is euro ready to go all the way back to the parity, to go retest and bounce between that $1 level again. Let's see. So this is euro. In terms of looking for sales, maybe there were some opportunities today, as you mentioned, somewhere in here. Eventually price will maybe reverse, and let's see how price is going to behave above this. Right, so all the way from these highs in here, how this is kind of compressed from today's move. So let's see how price eventually is going to behave closer to the highs whenever it gets there. Yeah, that's it on euro. So let's check pound. So the fresh demand, I believe it would have been this one that you mentioned, right? I think that would be that. Maybe you mentioned that he still moved 50 pips. Yeah, those 50 pips, yeah, to be have been from here to the next level of support resistance. Yeah, most likely that would have been the move that you just mentioned. Again, this was actually a really nice zone. Which again, it happened during the Asian session. Right, this level to have been a great, just fake out these guys. Yeah, took those and go. Again, unless you are awake at 2 AM in the morning or 3 AM in the morning, it's impossible for you to catch it. In here, yesterday I was not really looking for sales in here yet. But yeah, but afterwards it was a good zone. I did took this trade yesterday on the pound. So price was reacting from this level after we broke this high, and we had PA in there on the lower time frame. Actually, these two, the other one on euro and This one on pound, they've been my only trades. I didn't took anything else. I didn't trade today. I didn't open any position. Yeah, to be honest, my final, I just got my first target, and then I closed the rest in here. After I saw that wall being broken, I can share my thought process. So price reacted from this demand. My final target would have been kind of close to these walls, like that demand that you're looking at, right? It would have been kind of to fill all this in here. That would have been kind of my final target, but price just paused in there. And yeah, it's kind of a demand in there that I saw it. I think at that time, Euro had already reacted from the demand that kind of reached my final target. And come on, change the time frame. So we had this demand that price decided to respect, and after we broke this kind of high, I decided to just close the rest of my position. That's it. That was my trade. I saw that Euro was already reacting from the demand, from that final target, and the dollar index was reacting from the supply, and most likely I could see price just reversing. Yeah, that was my trade. After that as well, again, Mondays are beautiful, honestly. So Mondays usually you see opening into direction of the Friday, then there is some kind of retrace around before even the US Open, and then around the US Open or something like that, price will just continue in that direction. A lot of compression, a lot of moves up and down, just to then either reach the high even still on Monday in the evening, or it's going to be then paused. It opens Asian session, and then during the London, maybe that's when you have that spike, creating in this case a reversal. So in this case, it will create the high, and then you have the reversal. That's usually how you see. So Mondays, in terms of a lot of compression move, it's a great indication that most likely on Tuesday are going to have a reversal, just to feel all that demand that was all that compression that was created on Monday. Yeah, beautiful zone in there, beautiful supply level in here. That price just reacted from there. Yeah, in here as well, it was actually a good zone. We have all these highs, combination of highs. This is actually a really nice supply in there, aligned with this previous level support resistance, and price just reacted from there quite nicely. Yeah, actually it was okay. Actually, maybe a good zone. Not that focused today. Yeah, maybe this could have been a good zone to look for the sell after faking out all these highs in this supply zone. Yeah, maybe that could have been a good zone. And now you mentioned that you are looking at 1.20834, 1.20834. Is that around these lows? 834. Yeah, this is somewhere around here, right? Yeah, it's somewhere around this level. Yeah, maybe. I want to see how price approaches that zone. We do have this left shoulder in here. This can kind of become kind of a key M in there. This high, it reacted from this kind of support resistance in there. I'm not sure if it's reacted from this demand, and I'm not sure if price gets close to these lows. If I wouldn't prefer to see actually price faking out this low and getting closer to this level, use this low as liquidity to then maybe just have some kind of reversal. Yeah, maybe this can be a new range traded in there. This could be something to look at. Maybe. I want to see how price is going to approach. Opposite to Euro, where I actually like where the high reacted from. I'm not a big fan of exactly where this high on pound reacted from. Not a big fan of this. I can understand on the weekly where we are reacting from this wick in here, right after this zone. So we kind of feel this price touch that wick. However, in the lower time frame, I'm not the biggest fan of where this high reacted from. If by any chance, then we maybe just continue to go higher, actually, and not really have a deep reverse from here. Yeah, maybe something. Yeah, maybe this could happen. Maybe this could be an option. If this is not the final target for the highs, if this is not the final target from these buyers, maybe we're going to actually still continue, and this can be a good zone to look for a continuation. Maybe you don't really need to break this low yet. Yeah, maybe not. But yeah, but maybe for sure there's maybe something in here, right? So let's analyze our price. Our price created this level in here. We have all these left shoulders on the left side, right? We have all these lows. Okay, price never really got here. And maybe there's some KM in here. Is that the zone that you were mentioning? Close by, right? 3-4, something like that. Yeah, maybe in here. Maybe this week already touch it and move away. Price did spend a lot of time around these lows. Maybe something in between here instead. Maybe something in between these two levels for price to react to instead. Yeah, all this big spike in here. Yeah, this may have collected a lot of orders. Yeah, not sure. If price actually goes a little bit further down below this level, I'm not sure if there's anything in here to actually hold price to the upside. And this was during FOMC as well, this move. Yeah, which is tricky as well. Maybe in here, something that will be the demand on the higher time frame. Yeah. That will be tricky. Is there anything in here to hold price? Yeah, maybe just take these walls and then we'll see. Yeah, let's see. We can set up an alert in there to see actually how price is going to react from. Oh, it even broke this wall. Yeah, this was a good zone to look for the sell. Oh, damn it. I didn't pay attention to this. Yeah, after the break of this wall, this actually was a good zone to look for. So basically price took these guys in here, right? This supply was fresh and we broke that wall. Yeah, on the retrace there should be some opportunity. After the break below of this demand, yeah, that could have been a great zone to look for the sell as a confirmation. After price breaks this demand. Yep, that should have been an entry in there. Indeed, that should have been an entry. Yep, I need to write that on my journal. I should have taken that trade. I do need to write down that one. Yep. Any other pair specific that you guys would like me to cover? Right, Aussie. I think we talked about it. Again, similar scenario, right? So we see the compression. You see the compression going on to the downside, right? After we have that turn, again, based on the zone on the left side that we have been talking about for the last weeks or months, around that important zone on the left, this kind of could be one of the targets, because how this is compressed up until here, we have all these accumulation of highs, and yeah, close to these highs could have been a target. And after that, what we have here on the right side, right? So we kind of have this beginning of all this compression as well. Yeah, we kind of have an engulf down in there. Yeah, so if this is actually one of the final targets for here, maybe now we are going to have and feel this move, right? So we can basically trade from this move to fill all this in here, and then you can go and just flip it and then maybe try to fill the next move. Yeah, and if you actually just wait for those, that will be amazing. Of course, in the war time frame, you can maybe find it. All this is compressed as well. Maybe then you can find some other opportunities. But yeah, just as an idea, right? It's great. To kind of be looking for trades like that, right? You would open a trade kind of 2 weeks ago, price reaches target, you open a trade maybe now, and in this case, it would have been quite fast. Maybe until price may get there. Yeah, let's see if it goes. Let's see if we actually have that confirmation again, breaking this low again, for price to then continue to the downside. But yeah, again, Aussie, it was, yeah. Personally, okay, I understand that this can be kind of a good target after all this compression, but I could still see price also continue to the upside. I think maybe actually we are trading out this level instead. Here, with maybe this space in here as a valid zone for price to actually go there and finalize the move to the upside. Yeah, not exactly just in here. This is a good zone, you can see it, but then eventually I would actually like to see price going all the way until there, take this highs, and let's see how price reacts from there. Yeah, or eventually then even above this one, just somewhere in there. Yeah, that's kind of my take on the Aussie. If by any chance now we actually go all the way down, yeah, where to? We have maybe this amount and then maybe somewhere in here. Yeah, maybe something like that could be. Yeah. Let's see if that's going to happen. Yeah. Do you guys trade the Aussie? What other pairs you guys like to trade? Do you like to do kind of this higher time frame analysis, or do you just are to focus on the 1 minute, like 5 minutes, like really short time frame that you just get lost in the movement, like wherever price is going? Aussie yen. So I mentioned that setup 10 days ago or something like that, and it reached its target, right? So yeah, of course, we'll take a look at the dollar yen. It kind of reaches potential targets, but let's just look at this dollar yen, at Aussie yen. So this was the setup, kind of, I mentioned. I even kind of made the prediction even before this low was created, but I wanted to see it kind of this low to kind of be the confirmation that we were about to just completely fill all this, right? Again, higher time frame setup. We did react from this level. I have to admit that personally, I was still looking for price to kind of fake out this high and go. There was actually still a fresh supply in there, just above this highs. And the break of this low on the way up, it actually is a good sign that maybe price could even turn even before, without the necessity of doing this fake out. So the break of this low on approach is actually a good indication that maybe price will still respect this these highs. So yeah, it kind of ranged. Just kind of my prediction, it would be kind of price would range but a little bit above and then fake out. Price range in here and just fake out these highs that you had in there. Turn and what a move, right? So fast, price just completely moved to the downside. It reaches target because this one is kind of the space that was still available. So we had two engulfs. We had this one, then we had the second one in there as a confirmation, possible confirmation, and this one is actually for the execution. Kind of to look for it, and then maybe after the turn, there's maybe something in there that you can try to look for. But yeah, nice nice setup. Yeah, we talked about it like 2 weeks ago when price was still in here. Yeah, nice one. Nicely done in there. And about dollar yen, again, another. This one is this one. I mean, it's a values for me. So on the bigger picture. Oh my god. Yeah, right. So beautiful reaction from that 139 level. Again, some another zone that I was saying for the last 2 months that when price was still moving and going higher. And then, as I mentioned before, dollar yen had made this kind of move, which was almost similar or equal to euro yen. We had broken these lows, and this one was actually also an engulf to the downside, which kind of showed or saying that most likely price wants to go down, and these lows are actually not going to be respected as a long, or could be for a moment, but not for the big reversal. Yeah, so euro yen had made exactly the same move. Euro yen kind of just was leading, so it made the move already kind of a couple of weeks ago. Dollar yen on the opposite, it still kind of went up until that 139 level, and then completely just went to the downside, right? Feel this compression first, then feel this price, and it finally took this last zone. Now it's reacting from this level. Nice reaction today. I'm not sure if this level is going to be kind of the final one. I think price is moving way too fast. I think price will still kind of now maybe start compressing a little bit to the downside until maybe have that that reverse again, that maybe move to the upside. Yeah, I'm kind of still expecting price to continue to downside, but slowly losing some momentum, because this one has been quite fast. Yeah, we had maybe a little bit of compression yesterday, and today it was a nice turn in here, kind of paused a little bit. But yeah, I think I'm still looking eventually for price to continue a little bit further, like continue to move to the downside, but losing some momentum. Maybe use these lows as a possible zone to start accumulating liquidity, to then reverse, and then eventually going to have a deeper move. What exactly would you like to see at dollar yen, Matom? Is there any zone in particular? Are you looking for shorts, longs? What exactly would you be looking at? Yeah, this I was still respected. This is kind of the first zone. Again, after that compression, kind of, this is actually a really nice zone to look for a target after the reversal. If you do break this high, if you enter into that compression, yeah, fearing this compression zone, it's a great target. Price has just been moving in a strong move today, so it's just trending. So yeah, not many opportunities to try to join the move, unless you are a trend continuation trader and you know how to look for it. Look for a short at 133.4. Where is that level? It's close by. And this yep, around this supply. And just look at the higher time frame. Call me Pedro, man. You don't need to call me sir. I'm no sir, man. I'm still young to be a sir. Thank you. Yeah, it could be. I want to see how price reacts from there. It could be. Is this the opening? Is this literally where price open for the week, right? Yeah. It's actually a good level. Like, yeah, it's this kind of daily supply. We have these left shoulders in there. Yeah, it's a zone of interest for sure. It's a zone of interest. I want to see, again, as I mentioned, I like to see some weakness first. So for now, price is moving quite strongly. You mentioned 33.4, so it's a little bit above it. 33.4, yeah, somewhere in here, right? Yep. First of all, this one could be actually quite nice for now. Let's see how price actually behaves there. Which just completely breaks through, just above this highs. Yeah, I want to start seeing some weakness. Maybe price is going to pause a bit. We didn't really haven't broken any lows so far. So for example, in here we respected, in this one we respected. This is actually the first one. By any chance, eventually when you are looking for that reversal, maybe let's pretend that it's from the level that you mentioned, 133.4. This could be eventually a good target, right? So something that I pay attention to, and something that helps me to identify maybe future targets, is to find this engulf down on the way up, right? So price in theory should have came out the back here and maybe respect this level or even this demand, and it never did it, right? It just kind of engulfed down and just continued to go higher, and this kind of becomes the beginning of this range to go higher from here, right? Maybe then price compresses a little bit and there's going to be some momentum, but you see this is the only zone where kind of price broke a low and then continues the upside. In this case, price respected this low. Price kind of has respected this low, and so far price is just moving higher. But yeah, in the future this will be kind of a good zone, and maybe in here can be a good zone to look for actually to look for longs, maybe line in here whenever the variant wants to go back to this level. Yeah, but paying attention to these ones. That's why sometimes you see on my charts you're talking about sir. But yeah, in terms of looking that, maybe sometimes when you're looking at my charts, you see that I have kind of small lines in there, just really small in the beginning of something. It's actually just to give me that that indication, right? Where that move started, and most likely eventually this is going to. I'm kind of not expecting this low to hold price. This low is perfect actually. So actually, let's just say it properly. So when you have this fake out, and usually you see this happening. Okay, let's go. Another tip for you guys. Okay, price flips, right? Price goes from as out this accumulation zone in here, right? Eventually we break through that level and you get some momentum, right? And then there's maybe some decision point that is created in here, and then price just shoots through. And when you have that momentum to the upside, usually price will go down a little bit and it will break that low, right? It will break that low and it will not fill the zone. It will just break it, and instead of kind of respecting maybe the high and going down and feel this space that is created with this engulf down, price will instead just continue to go higher. This, when you see this happening and you actually then see maybe the high being broken, it's actually really good. You can use this initial low that is created in here to look for longs. You can kind of look for longs in here. There is the risk that price may wants to fill this one, but more often than not, price will actually leave this zone for the future, and that's why, right? That's why price is not coming here now. It's leaving this zone for the future, and this kind of becomes one of how you can start to identify future targets, right? You can find them on the, so because this level now we are looking at the 5 minutes time frame. I can go to the 1 minute, maybe you can see it even better, the break. Sometimes on 1 minute it looks like it's respecting something, but in reality it is an engulf down. Just 1 second. There you go, where we are. Yeah, you can see, right? We had all this low and price just broke it, right? And this low is going to be most likely visible then on the 30 minutes, 1 hour, like just a week. And usually then when you see price a kind of filling that gap visible maybe on 1 hour time frame, or even on 4 hours or daily, right? Filling the gap between one week to the other one. But it starts with this one. It starts with the break of a low and price going up after that. So yeah. Right. No, this is maybe too much. It's not visible on that one. You see, it's visible now on 1 hour time frame, the week, right? Yeah. Maybe then you're going to see this. You're going to say, there is space in here between this kind of these weeks and this one. But yeah, the origin of the move is actually on the 1 time frame. You can see it like that. When that happens, after an impulse move, after a strong move up, you have that small taken in here, and usually it happens when price is about to move away from the zone, right? Is when gaining some momentum to go up. Yeah, you see this wall being respected afterwards, this level, and price will just continue to go higher. Yeah, and after that, usually you don't see that many lows being broken anymore. Price will start respecting the lows, and next time that you maybe start seeing some lows being broken is when we may be starting to be or showing indication that maybe it's enough for the buyers, and maybe the sellers are going to start jumping into the market, right? That's maybe now when you want to start looking for lows being broken, when you're getting close to that maybe higher time frame level to the opposite side. Yeah, basically that's it. That's how you can identify targets in a 50 targets that may help you to identify actually major reversals. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, looking at this level, maybe I want to see how price behaves. Of course, so far, as I mentioned, there's no break of a low, so not sure about it for now. It's a good zone on the higher time frame. I like it, but I want to see a little bit more. Is this dollar franc Swiss? Yeah, nothing much in here. Let's just finalize with the crypto, because I want to. In 50 minutes already, Benfica starts, and I want to watch the game. We are playing the qualification for the Champions League, so carrega Benfica, vamos embora. Today the season starts for us. Do you guys like football, by the way? Yeah, let's just take a look at the crypto. Let's go back to our levels. Ethereum, right? So Ethereum in Solana, basically they were the ones that I covered last week. After, yeah, Solana, it did created the move down, so we had this breakdown in here, and after that price went up. It went to this still fresh zone in there, the origin, and yeah, kind of did exactly kind of the prediction that I did last Saturday. So price was about to break this level in here on Saturday when I made the prediction, and it was quite nice to see. Again, breaks of a lows, showing kind of that maybe price wants to reverse. If there is no break of a low, most likely price will just want to continue to move higher. We do have this compression in here. It's a nice one to go to, maybe somewhere in here or maybe even higher. Let's see what's next on Solana. We did react now from this demand zone, because these lows never reacted from there, so there was that space in there. So yeah, nice follow up in here after that move. Quite interesting to see. Let's see what's going to happen next in there. Bitcoin is still respecting this, so there was no break of lows in here, still the same. Nice. Let me just change the time frame in here. Nice level of structure in here. So you kind of have all this. In here, right? Nice range. Price breaks down. And just does it to turn in there, kind of break the walls again, still reacts from there and just goes down. Let's move like this here, and then price just reacted from whatever it's reacting to. There's maybe some orders above here, above this highs, that maybe price wants to go to. Are we going to turn from here or not? Yeah, that's a question. I'm not sure about where this high is reacting to on the left side. Maybe there's more room to the upside on BTC. However, on crypto, on the Ethereum, maybe different. But yeah, we do have still this level that can hold price just above these highs. However, I would have liked to see the low being taken, which never happened. So I would have liked to see this low being taken in there. Otherwise, maybe just something in here or in there. Yep. Let's see. Not sure about where the BTC is reacting to on the left side. If this is actually the final zone. It's a good level, but maybe not to finish this move to the upside. Maybe price wants to go actually go a little bit higher. Maybe even react a little bit from this maybe 26 or 27 level. However, if that's about to happen, maybe then means that Ethereum is going to go higher as well. However, Ethereum, we did broke this kind of demand zone that I mentioned, right? We had again out this level, price breaks down, price move up. It was hilarious that I canceled my order from here. I was about to get short in there, whatever. And yeah, price just broke this wall, right? Which is maybe interesting. Maybe that's an move to downside. Maybe. Actually, when I started to make this prediction, I was talking with a guy, explaining the setup. Yeah, and he actually mentioned this, right? Because we completely broke through during FOMC. We completely broke through to this level in here on the left. Kind of maybe a zone that should have respected price, but didn't, because price just completely broke through. But look now where price actually went and reacted from, right? Which zone that did Ethereum went back to react, right? Around this level, around in here. So yeah, this is a nice zone for price to break a demand, to come back. There is orders in here, I believe so. So maybe that could be a good zone. Maybe still orders somewhere in here as well. Yeah, it was actually a really nice Quasimodo. Again, great pattern to reverse. In here, after reacting from there, we have the left shoulder. Price goes higher. Price creates the low. And yeah, price goes and he uses the left shoulder. So nice reversal pattern in there. A lot of spikes in here. And yeah, nice nice reverse. Nice potential reversal in there with this pattern, right? Yeah, quite nice. Yeah, yeah, there is orders maybe on top. There's maybe orders somewhere in here, and price for now is reacting from these orders that were still there as well. So we did broke then this demand zone, right? It was been holding price up. We didn't really feel the move, so maybe there's still space for price to go down, and this is maybe actually an engulf to the downside. Right? Maybe this is actually an engulf to the downside, that maybe price wants to go further down. Yeah, maybe that can open the door for a move lower, and eventually maybe we're going to be trading within this range, and then for price to turn. We still have that demand at this other end of this stream, so let's see. Yeah, let's see what's going to happen now on Ethereum. I'm looking for maybe this level in here. Yeah, let's see. Maybe there's going to be a new opportunity to look for sales with the deep retrace. All right. Thank you, guys. yeah, it was a little bit messy in the beginning. I'm glad that I managed to with your collaboration as well. Thank you for your help. Yeah, apparently there was some issues with the audio, so everything is fixed now. We managed to have this stream done. Another one. If you haven't subscribed, do it. Help me to break through this resistance of 500 subs and to push to the next target, which will be 1000. Yeah, thank you, my Tom. Thank you for always being here, man. I'm glad. I always like to interact with you. Good luck with the pound and the yen trades. Yeah, let's see. I'll be more active tomorrow. Today I was a little bit off in the market when I woke up and saw all those moves already done, the reversals. Yeah, the moves that I wanted, it happened during the night, so it is what it is. Tomorrow there's another day. So yeah, thank you guys. See you next Saturday. Yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, going to enjoy Benfica in half an hour. So bye bye guys. See you next time. Obrigado.